Welcome back. It's your boy Billy D, Everything Suspect Podcast. You know how we do. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's get to it immediately. This was one that I wanted to do the pod as soon as I saw the videos come out, but I was in my feelings and didn't really know how to go about or what angle I wanted to take, and but I figured one out. And this episode is called Why Black Men Are Against and Why Black Men Do Go to Therapy. By now, I know that you already know where this topic came from, where this podcast is birthed from, where the idea came from, and that's for our girl, Shabree Rawls. For those who don't know, she was a therapist and she got fired from her job. Black woman, that is, because of her feelings and her stances on why black men should go to therapy. As a black man who has gone to therapy, and also being a black man who was against going to therapy at one point in my life, who better to have this conversation? Who better to do a podcast on this? She said so much that I want to go through it piece by piece and just give you some of the stuff that she says that is right as a black man. She's talking to me. She's talking to one of us. You know what I'm saying? Talking to my group of people. So I feel like it's only right as a man who was against therapy, who now goes to therapy, for me to break down where she's right and where she's wrong, because she's not all wrong. She does have some good points, and we will not be against her. We will not hate or throw shade on wherever she's right. We are beacons of the truth. So we're going to go, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go piece by piece, step by step. I not only have a video where she goes off because she got fired, but I also have earlier videos of her talking about black men needing to go to therapy, and even some information she had for black women. Here she is.
You need to expand your emotional vocabulary. It's so your life can be easier. Don't you want to be able to communicate with your bitch? I think yes, right? Long gone are the days where you can just shut down. Tolerating that. Like, it used to be where men provided financially or with schmeat and can make their own self come and we can pay for our own shit. So I'm gonna need y'all to catch up on the emotional part. If a bitch you, I need you to communicate more. Open your mouth. But you know what I realized? And let me back up.
Okay. First things first. And this is a point for all the ladies out there. If you want your black man to go to therapy, that is not how you get him to go to therapy. If you're a therapist and you want black men to go to therapy, you do not get a black man to do anything by talking to him the way she is. It's not going to happen, because it's not coming from a place of compassion. It's not coming from a place of, I really want you to do better because I need better for you or whatever. Like, her attitude and the way that she's presenting this, that is not the way you talk to a man. You don't get nothing from a man by talking to him like that. And if you do, he's turned off. He has submitted to the things that you need. And let's be honest, he's going to end up not liking you, and you're going to end up not respecting him. So this is not the way that you get somebody to do anything that you want, especially black men with the stigma that we have on therapy to go to therapy. It just doesn't work. Let's get back to it.
Common misconception about me as a clinician is that 90% of my clientele have been men. Black men specifically. Okay. And what we specifically work on is expanding their emotional vocabulary, because a lot of y'all don't even have the words to express how you're feeling. So when you expand your vocabulary and knowledge of what you are experiencing, because y'all are human beings who experience feelings and emotions and don't have to choke that down no more. Y'all ain't had to choke that since 2016. You're not in therapy, expanding your emotional vocabulary, your life just off top is going to be more difficult. When you expand your emotional vocabulary, you expand your awareness of yourself.
Imagine me telling my wife or girlfriend, or imagine you telling your wife or your girlfriend or whoever you're involved with that, you know, your fat ass needs to go to the gym. You want to live better. You want to have you want to be more healthy. You want to be around longer. You want to help me raise these kids. You want me to be in your life forever. I need to get your dusty ass to the gym. I need you to get on that treadmill and lose some of that weight, woman. You gonna get anything from her? Nah, I don't think so. Now, what she is saying about emotional vocabulary, I 1000% agree with her. I guess that's where I can talk about my therapy, right? I have crossed the threshold of 40, and I have seen some crazy stuff in my time, from being a teenager to joining the military at a young age, from being a father at a young age, a couple of trips to Afghanistan, and I noticed that a lot of times I was in my own way, but also turning 40, I had this thirst to find my blind spots. And by blind spots, I mean there are certain things that there were certain things that I had done as a parent that I wish I could have done differently, but I only had the example of the way that I was raised, and my kids are not me, and they're not coming up in the age that I came up in. And I would let certain things go a certain kind of way that I shouldn't have let happen. Even in my relationship, I needed to learn how to be more empathetic to a woman. I needed to learn how to be more understanding to a woman's feelings. And I knew it was something that I didn't have. It was a tool I did not have. It's a tool that I wanted to acquire. And I knew that me turning 40 and you know, you get stuck in your ways the older you get. And I didn't want to be somebody who was not evolving with the time, who was not understanding myself better, who was not understanding the things that make me angry, the things that make me sad, the things that, you know, your automatic triggers. And then, you know, I overthink a lot. That was another thing with me. I overthink, and when I overthink, it turns into negative thoughts. I knew that already, you know what I'm saying? And I'm quick to anger, and my patience is bad. And you know what I'm saying? It was just a whole lot that I didn't want. I found myself like turning into an angry old man, you know what I'm saying? Or I didn't want to become one. And I didn't want to be so into my old school way of thinking that I couldn't be empathetic to my daughters, or, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't be a good man to my woman. So I just felt like it was time for me to talk to somebody about how to fix these things, how to correct them, or how to, even if you can't correct them, right? Know when it's happening that it's happening, so you can stop yourself from going to that place that is toxic. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about why I didn't want to go. And I believe that the reason why I didn't want to go is the reason why a lot of black men don't want to go. We don't trust anybody. It's hard for us to open up to people. It's hard for us to open up to, you know, family members, friends, our women. So she's right. You know, that's the reason why I say yes. Maybe we should go to therapy or consider going, you know, because we have to get over some of the things that we've gone through. However, for me, I never felt comfortable talking to somebody about my issues when I know they have issues as well. Right? So it's like, nobody's perfect. And I'm always in the back of my head like, this dude got issues. But nevertheless, I've always felt like, if you have your issues, how can you help me with mine? And with everybody having issues, I feel like I would just be okay doing me. It hasn't failed yet. I haven't done anything that has got me locked up. I don't feel like killing myself. I can work out any problem that I have on my own. And I feel like a lot of black men feel like that. Going through something with our old lady, just going through something with your old lady, bro. Highs, lows, they get over it, you break up, you stay together, whatever. But I don't necessarily need for somebody who doesn't know me to tell me what to do to fix my problems. You get what I'm saying? Like, and so I think once black men get over that hump, or if they feel the need to get over that hump, and some don't. I had a full-blown back and forth conversation with my homeboy on, he was dead set against it. Maybe I should have had him on this podcast, but that'd be like a 3-part series. And I gave him this analogy. I said, imagine if I was a cop, or if you were a cop, you know what I'm saying? And it's Monday, and there is a bank robbery, right? And we rush to the bank robbery, and we go through all the training that we have, everything that we do, you know what I'm saying? And boom, we get the dude out. We arrest the guy who was robbing a bank. However, one of the hostages got shot. Messes you up pretty bad in your head, you know what I'm saying? You wish that you had it to do over, that you could do better, that you would change something, but all you knew, you did everything that you knew to do by the book, by the training. You followed every single scenario that you've ever been put in. You used all your experience from the past and every book that you've read and all the training that the police have given you, and you still lost a life that day. What do you do? For me, I wanted to learn more about what I could have done differently. You know what I'm saying? So like the next time we get a call for a bank robbery, I'm better prepared to go in and get this guy without having a hostage get shot or killed or hurt, because I feel like on Monday there was something I could have did to stop that situation from ending like that, but I didn't know what it was. That's all therapy was for me. It was just, I've messed up. I don't want to mess up again. So let me go and find out what I can do better to not mess up again. I don't like apologizing. I don't like being wrong. I don't like people dying on my watch. I just want to learn more about myself so I can better be prepared when situations come. That's all it is. Right? And so what was dope about my therapist was he was a black man. He was older than me. He was in the military. He had been in the military longer than me. You know what I'm saying? And so we related on so many different levels. And then he wasn't trying to be my life coach. He wasn't trying to keep me in therapy for a year. Cause I believe for as a man that just did it, I'm like, yo, anything longer than 5 or 6 months in therapy, bro, you a life coach. I don't need no life coach. I'm good at life. I just need to learn some stuff about me. You know what I'm saying? And he was so dope that he was like, yo, I'm just going to teach you about the way that things come into your brain, the way that you react to them, and treat you and show you some ways to make you act better. You know what I'm saying? To recognize your triggers. That's all we did, man. It was just figuring your brain out, figuring out your thought process, figuring out what makes you angry, what makes you tick, what triggers you. You know what I'm saying? And once we get that down, bro, you good. You on your own. Then you know yourself. That's it. So I'm hoping for any black man out there that's against therapy or whatever, or feel like he got to go into some place and sit on the couch and cry and pour out his heart. Bro, you don't have to do that. There is easier ways, and there are different methods to getting therapy, bro, where you ain't gotta you know what I'm saying, feel like you gotta bare your soul to a stranger, because that's what we don't want. That's what makes us uncomfortable. Let's keep it moving.
Y'all told to elevate our standards, and at the cost of us elevating y'all standards, y'all got axed because y'all didn't elevate either. Bitches are not tolerating emotional abuse, emotional neglect. Step it up. Go talk to somebody. Go expand your emotional vocabulary so your life can be better, bitch. All right. Go.
And you can't call no black man a bitch. You're not gonna get nothing. One black man can't call another black man a bitch. So what are you doing? Here's the issue with what she said right there. We told y'all to step up. When? Here's the only time that I can even imagine a black man or black men as a collective telling black women, y'all need to step up. Because for me, black women have been stepping up our entire existence. If I had to comb through history and get into the mindset of this young lady, the only time I can really imagine like a black man telling black women to step up would be when black women ask us, why are we dating outside of our race? So many times in the past, you see so many black women upset because a black man is with a white woman, or, where there's an NFL player or an actor or somebody that they just feel like is a beautiful black man, that he should not be with a white woman. Blah, 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 blah. They would not let LeBron James' son just now go to the prom without catching hell. And I'm sure you ask a man or a black, why don't you date as white women? But I can see that sect of black men saying, well, y'all need to step up. But by step up, you have to ask yourself, what does that step up mean? Because just because somebody wants you to do something, if you want to be with that person, you have the obligation to find out exactly what it is they want you to step up in. Feel me? So if you're already good at saying what's wrong with you and saying your emotions and saying what you need from your partner, I think you're good on therapy. Not saying you shouldn't go, not saying there are not other reasons why you should go, but what I'm saying is, if a black man, if all of this fury and hate and contention is coming from a black man saying you need to step up, then maybe it's because he does not feel supported by you. Maybe he doesn't feel like he's getting his needs fulfilled by you. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and whatever else that man needs. Because a lot of times when you see these black men going to white women, they say, well, it's because she doesn't nag me to death. It's because she daggone supports me. It's because no matter what I do, she has my back. She's not talking down to me. She's not telling me what I ain't doing. She's always there. She's in my corner. I remember Patrice O'Neal. He God bless the dead. But he had a good analogy. He's like, I want my woman to be a cut man. And for females who don't know what a cut man is, that's when you're boxing, right? He looked at a man's role in this world is to go out and fight and work and bring home every single day, right? That's what that ring is. That ring is the world. That man across the daggone ring from him, that is everything that he has to fight through every single day. And after every day, he comes home. That's a round. And when you get to that corner as a boxer, you got a cut man. And that cut man's going to jump out as soon as you get in that corner. And he's going to look at you. He's going to clean you up. He's going to get you right. He's going to tell you what he saw that was wrong, what you need to do to correct it. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to tell you, man, you got this. Let's go back out there. We're going to do this a different kind of way. I saw him throwing the left, so you need to be dodging to the right when he does that. All of that stuff. That's what a cut man does. And that's what black men a lot of times only need from their woman. It's just somebody who, when he come home, they're supportive. They're trying to make sure that we get through the next day okay. A black man wants a cut woman. Maybe black women wasn't doing that. And not to mention, right? Why is it just us? Why are we the problem? What about what society is doing to our black women? What about what entertainment is doing to our black women? There is so much profit in black woman anger. There's so much money in black woman pain. Think about it. Cardi B, married with kids. Beyonce, married with kids. Who else out there making all this girl, you don't need a man music? Girl, do the sex stuff. Girl, do this. Girl, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes is trash. Whatever. Play them. Take them. Use them. All of that stuff, right? You got all of that. And all of that is being perpetuated. And that music is being made by women who are happily married. Or married. Either or. With kids. And what looks like a decent relationship. Why aren't women like Beyonce and Cardi and all of them that are married talking about how dope it is to be in a house with their husband? How fly it is to, you know what I'm saying, come home to your kids. How incredible the black family unit is. Why is that? Why aren't they writing songs about that? It ain't all us. It ain't all men. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention like the other things that go on with women, like specifically whether you got a homegirl who don't like your man, or she's single so she want you to be single, or she's trying to put you in situations where you end up single. You know what I'm saying? Like grass is always greener. Like it's so many other variables to why black women are not getting along with black men. It's not just us. Y'all got a whole other realm of things that's stopping y'all from coming together with a black man. It's not just that we are the ones who need therapy. There are other elements. Come on, man. Let's be real about this. Nevertheless, let's get back to it.
Okay, since some of y'all need the confirmation from mental health professionals, if you want to be a hoe. If you want to be a slut, be a slut. If you want to go thought it out in the streets, bye, bitch. Be in the streets. But definitely be safe about it and try to find people that are reasonably sane. But other than that, YOLO, shake that shit open. Because you know why? Because you know why? You're going to die. And you want to be in your death, baby, like, damn, I should have slobbed on this. No. Like, come on. You want to be there? No. You want to tell your grandkids, yes, I was starting. I was popping. I was living my life. Because you know why? You're going to die. So if you're thinking, should I sit on it? Sit on it. Sit on it. Sit on it. I'm a strong advocate for being a slut.
The therapist is a strong advocate for being a slut. Now, let me go here on y'all. I have an adult daughter, and we have really dope, in-depth conversations. And you know, I've had to come to her and let her know, like, yo, you know, your pops is in therapy, right? And you know, and that opened up the conversation for us to start having talks about therapy and how she feels about it, because you know, I also feel as though she needs therapy. She believes she does too. If I had anything to do with the interviewing process of finding my daughter a therapist, this woman would not make the cut. As a man with daughters, that ain't what we want to sign up our daughters for. I believe in therapy. You want somebody who can relate to you, who goes through the same things culturally, you know. So like for me, when I signed up, I wanted a black man who was older than me. I wanted an OG. That being said, this young lady, let me tell you something. I would not hire her for any woman in my life to talk her through anything that they got going on at all. More importantly, I would not even say the things on the internet that she's saying. Primarily because I feel like I would put my job at risk. And I'm not a therapist. Now, she said them and she's a therapist. I'm not surprised she lost her gig. When you're promoting black females to be sluts, yeah, and you talking down to black men, yeah, you know what I'm saying, you pressuring them dude into going to therapy, yeah, I'm not saying she deserved it. I'm just saying I'm not surprised. I wouldn't say those things. Nevertheless, let's finish.
Well, hello. It's your friendly neighborhood therapist who thought she could save these hoes, but got her job terminated as a result. Story time? I think yes. Shit you not, I posted a video on Monday telling men that their dusty behavior is only harming them and that they would benefit from emotional intelligence, and I shit you not, by Friday, didn't have employment. All of this started with a Psychology Today article stating that men are lonelier than ever because they have no fucking emotional skills. And I agreed and doubled down and told y'all that y'all lives would radically improve if you expanded the shit that came out your mouth. But instead of healing, y'all will do anything but that. Instead of being accountable like, hey, this bitch see me, as stirred a little bit, y'all got so hurt that you contacted Massa.
Don't think they got hurt. Think they got angry. Think they felt disrespected. I think they did what every single person does on the internet when some stranger says something that they don't like. It's just her connotation stuff and her spin on stuff, bro. It's bad. It's not good.
So first the post goes viral on Twitter because y'all need fucking help. And y'all wanted to argue with bitches blue till they fucking blue in the face. Some of you hoes is not going to be saved. And that's the conclusion that I've come to.
So look, man, there's nothing more to be said. We understand what she's saying. We understand where she's coming from. I don't believe angry black women should be therapists. We have to end on a question. Women, regular women, do you require your man to be in therapy? Have you asked your man to go to therapy? And if so, why? I've heard women say they're not going to date a man unless he's in therapy. Like without knowing him, sight unseen. Why? Second, men. What do we have to do to allow ourselves to be vulnerable? Man. Anyway, Everything Suspect podcast, man. I hope y'all like this one. I know it went long, that's my bad, but definitely something I wanted to touch on, man. See y'all next time. Y'all chill.
Everything Suspect podcast.